Good evening, this is the Human, and welcome back to our Seleucid livestream series. And you join us in, well, it's not a live stream, of course. This will be just a little one-off episode here to bridge the gap between where we are right now at the end of livestream 4, with the East secured, the Armenians, the Pontics defeated. And yes, we also need to plot for the Roman Wars, and that really wants to be the focus of the next live stream. Next live stream, by the way, in case you're wondering, will be the first weekend of December, sit for 7th of December, and quite potentially the 13th, 14th as well. So if for any reason it doesn't happen the 6th, 7th, it'll probably be 13th or the 14th of December. Nonetheless, whilst you wait for that, we do have some things to get on with here today, because on the note of the Brutii War, by the way, in the 2 turns since the end of the live stream, yeah, Athens has already been taken. I wasn't ready for that. I was thinking we might grab some of this as a staging post. No, that opportunity is not going to happen. It's fine. We started far enough away from this to not worry about that. They're going to be busy for a few turns. I don't know how many turns. What I need to do then is start getting some spies over there into that part of the world. So what I need to start doing is, yeah, these towns need to get built up. Nicomedia and Sardis not even grown to a large town yet, but yeah, Sardis, Halicarnassus, these are all just grown to large town in the previous live stream. We need to get some infrastructure in here because this is currently problematic. Pergamon's a lot bigger, but we still have problems. So I'm going to build this up in a way where we hopefully will get different unit types out of each of them. So, you know, Sardis, probably the furthest behind. They can build chariots. They don't actually have the capability of that yet. Rhodes can get archers. It's already got the practice range already on its way to a minor city. That will be fine. Halicarnassus, yeah, they can get some pikemen as well as Pergamum. You can focus on some infantry too. We can maybe get some cavalry up here in Nicomedia. So I'm going to plan this out in a way whereby, yeah, certain places can focus on certain things. Like you, for example, Cadonia and Cyrene, you can probably just focus on boats once they're not miserable anymore. So yes, that's essentially the plan. Now, Carthage obviously aren't our enemy. They're actually our ally. But you can see that the Brutii, so the Scipii, have already invaded North Africa. So we are going to need to get moving, and I'm going to need some more intel on this whole situation, actually, now I think about it. They're the Spanish, by the way. Let's do some map trading with everyone. I'm not going to bother bribing or buying it. It's not really a problem. We've got tons and tons of money. Not interested. What I am interested in is, yes, what the map looks like. So similarly, yes, I don't think these guys will do anything, even though they obviously know they're the Scipiones map information, but they're not going to give it to us. So there we are. We'll go chat to them in a moment, but we are going to need to get some spies in and about here. I don't really want to annoy the Brutii too much, so it's probably worth having a little look. I mean, we have even worse vision now. All right, run away from Ellis, get yourself back in a random position, and hopefully you can do something good. But yeah, we do have armies over here, so if the Brutii were just to turn up on Rhodes or Crete, as they do sometimes do, yeah, we've got some forces ready, but I don't think this is quite enough to put them off at this moment in time. What we're going to do, we're going to get ourselves an army over here in Cyrene. This guy has some men, but yeah, we're going to, if we're going to launch an attack on the Romans when the time comes, we're going to need a launching pad, and Cyrene is going to go over to Carthage. Now, currently this is our allies. It won't be for very long, I imagine. This is elephants, of course. So we basically want the elephant territory. So we can grab this. We'll have a local production facility, and that's what we're going to want, because currently our elephants are coming from Antioch, and I'll be honest, yeah, that's the only place we can get some counterfacts. So we're currently doing that too. Got a similar plan for what's producing what in this part of the world, so we just have an endless production line. Yes, things are developing very nicely. Since the end of the live stream, the only thing that's really happened is we've taken Chersonesos, gone to put down a watchtower, then I realised that these guys were here, and so I sent the whole army to go and meet up with him because they're probably going to see him as a bit of a target. So, yes, that is very much the case. We're going to try and get ourselves some spies, and I think to do that, yeah, I think we just need somewhere to focus on that, I guess. You know what, Rhodes, the chariots can wait. We just need what I think is technically termed as a shit ton of those lads to come and join us. Let's see if this boat can actually win. They did, at the very least. Then we've got a victory to start off the day, and we can, I suppose, get them retrained if we had the money. We'll retrain them right now because, to be honest, we want those boats ready for action. And of course, we do actually need to start over here in Thebes, where yes, this lad who seems to be inspired by Ahmos Helios is going to try and take us on. Now, Tios Philopater is, yes, not coming with a great army. The rebels aren't a great force over here in Egypt, to be honest. You get the odd chariot, the odd bowman, they're very helpful, but it's an awful lot of thieves, and that's not necessarily going to carry it for them. So we're going to take these guys on, and we're going to clear them out. Of course, here on the channel, I do love the rebels, but these guys think they're Ahmos, damn it, and you are not the mighty Ahmos, and you must thus pay for your foolishness. Some of these bowmen are going to get ploughed into the earth. These guys are not going to, yes, take down the chariot inside our city, because we don't have any. We do, though, have plenty of cav to run them down. That's very, very nice indeed. So I suspect this cav could single-handedly win this, but we'll just get these guys to slowly walk towards them. That will be absolutely grand. Our archers are shooting them already. They're not in range because I've taken out the only bows. This guy does seem to like a feint of a charge, doesn't he? But just go and plough in anyway. I think you'll be mopping them up pretty darn effectively. Let's make sure these bows are actually doing something useful as well. Thank you very much, lads. Into those guys. I think we can just clear out the peasants pretty much by ourselves. And if they want to... Oh, yeah, the general wants to come in and take us on. Interesting. Fine, he can go and do that. He can run into, yeah, a lovely, lovely line of spears back here. You're a little bit wide because I was, in theory, trying to protect the archers. But it's fine. Absolutely, it is. So, yeah, get yourself behind the line, sir. I'm going to get the camels to start moving too. Are these guys on skirmish? They're not. Get the camels to start moving forward as well. Oh, yes, sir, you're not going to have a good time. You almost caught my general, though. So, in they fly. They obviously will break the line, because it's only 2 militia hoplites deep. Nonetheless, job is pretty much already done with that, isn't it? Yes. Okay, marvellous stuff. Get the camels into there. Get the general into there. And you know what, lads, you might as well get going. Archers, I'll be honest, I don't think you need to do very much at all at this point, unless someone is distracted by them. Now, yeah, some of them are. You go get yourself over there, shoot them down. But I think, on the whole, yes, this is just an absolute rout at this point. These guys are not Ahmos. They are not the chosen ones. We are not needed. The rebels are not needed. The anarchy is not needed on this occasion, for we are a great and humble empire who simply want to rule the world. So, yeah, these guys are pretty darn beat. Down goes our general. Oh, wait, no, that's theirs. Good. Killed. I'm used to playing as the rebels, so I thought that was us for a split moment there. Anyway, it's not. It's particularly when you're playing as these Greek generals as well. I'm always expecting them to die. He's not dead. That's good. Okay. Right. Battle's actually basically over this time. So yes, he will shoot them down, but they've been cleared out, which is absolutely magnificent. And as a result of that, yeah, Egypt should be pretty darn secure. We can rearrange these troops to start doing what they're supposed to do, which is go and join the war over in... Where is the last unit? Oh, it's in the farm. Yes, to go and join the war in the west. They might end up in Greece. They might end up in the army going over to Carthage. We'll probably need more than just the one force going there. We have no idea currently what the Skippy only have. And apologies if you can hear some loud general noise in the background between the gardening and the roadworks. Can't do very much about that, annoyingly, but I can eliminate this absolute phony. Elsewhere on the end turn, we do need to deal with this bridge battle that we, yes, teased at the end of the live stream. They didn't attack originally, hence the couple turns in between now and then. As you may have seen, I took more of my units away to try and tease them forward, and yes, they have been teased. 4 infantry and a pile of javelins we have. They are a big pile of pink pyjamas. Oh yes, let's hit on in. It's a pretty standard bridge battle, to be honest, and I have myself 4 infantry, which is probably 1 more than I realistically need to do the job. So this will be absolutely lovely. We have a couple proper levy pikemen here. I say proper, they're pretty basic, to be honest. I think they actually have less defence than the militia hoplites. Nonetheless, we're in a pretty darn good position. A few missiles coming in overhead. We will kill some of our own, but yes, it's just pink pajamas coming to their death. So we'll grab a screenshot of that, of course, but it's oh, it's just magnificent. It's exactly what you're expecting to see here today. And we'll try and make sure that the javelins are aiming further back if possible. But yeah, they're also just running through us now, which is absolutely marvellous. Oh, lovely. Yeah, guys, don't worry about moving. They'll be fine where they are. But yes, he's now been poked. They've been slaughtered. And the Parthian invasion is not looking too good. Killed. And with that, yeah, they're pretty much entirely cooked already. This is a young general, so he will just let him push on through and do some merging for himself. Impressive work to get through your phalanx there, sir. Oh yeah, he really wanted to do some murder. Lovely stuff, sir. You continue to fight him proper and good. And yeah, the infantry will gain some kind of experience from this. I'm not sure what it is other than some bloodlust, but hey, victory and glory, it's a sea of pink on the bridge, and who can say that is not the most glorious of things? Heroic victory. There is nothing heroic about that, but I'll take it. Well, rather upsettingly, the game crashed there, which it was doing on the Rebel series, but didn't in the live stream. I thought I'd fix that problem, but apparently not. Okay, so this is apparently 1-to-1 strength of a battle. Oh, right, yeah, they actually do have a good amount of proper axemen here today. That's nice indeed. Now we do have pointy stick lads who will do fine with Cretan archers for the range. And there's our victory in the bridge battle there. Coming back to laugh. Yeah, we're going to have to take some damage here, unfortunately. It's the way it is with these Scythian horse archers. But we've got the range, we've got the Cretans, we've got a roam Scythian mercenaries. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit annoying, but we'll see what we can do. In we go then, and I'm going to start us off immediately with a bit of a shootout against these guys. Let's try and isolate one particular unit and see if we can just get as many shots as possible on them. Let's get these chariots around the side and see what they can do. They are sending their horse archers over here. So let's just make sure we are focusing our fire on them as independently as possible. It does look like, though, they're starting to get a counter in on us. It's going to charge in. Yeah, sod it, we'll do that. Get yourself off loose, though, because I think that does give us a debuff in battle. So, yeah, swing in these chariots as well. Cleared them off nice and quick. That's what you want to see. Get yourselves back to loose and back to some skirmishing. Thank you very much. The chariots are doing some good work immediately. But do get yourselves out of there, lads. You don't need to be stuck in that fight. As for the rest of these guys, no, not the chariot. I think I'm still holding on to them. No, you sod off, sir. You sod off. You've done a nice bit of early work. Okay, so let's just see if we can tease them towards us now. It's a nice little early skirmish, but I'm quite happy to bring their infantry towards me, and we'll see how that goes. See, we are just on the edge of the beach here. Quite a nice little battlefield in that regard. Do have some summations just waiting in the forest there. So that could be amusing if that moment comes. Get the chariots over there, try not to drown, lads. Barbarian Warlord. Interesting. You guys, go in and mop them up. We don't want them discovering our little ambush, actually. That would be ideal. Cretans might be in range of them, though. If they are, very happy about that. Unfortunately, they've got some Sarmatian mercenaries around to meet my Sarmatian mercenaries. That's a bit unfortunate, but they are isolated, and I think we'll be able to, get into them and pick them off. That is absolutely A-okay. You guys get back to your little hiding spot. Hopefully no one's noticed you. They kind of have, obviously, but who knows? Maybe they won't work that one out. Continue that skirmish. As for the rest of this is what I want. They're busy in that skirmish. We have hoplites ahoy over here. They do some dogs somewhere. They haven't released them. That's good because we could have had some annoyance in that case. One Cretan just aim for the dogs feels like a waste, I know, but it's not. And as for the rest of you, don't really care where the last unit aims at. To be honest, they haven't got the range over here. They do have one archer, actually. Where's their archer? That's an archer. You know what? Sod it. We're all aiming at the archers, lads. I'm not having them shoot down my Cretans. These guys are gold dust, quite frankly. It's quite fun having them in this part of the world. So these guys are now hidden. They're ready to pounce into there. Where have my horse archer mercs gone? Yeah, you see, they're going to get themselves into trouble. But that's kind of their job to some extent. There's no need for them to be stuck in this fight for much longer, though. They've been distracted long enough. These horse archers can't do anything to my main force. So I'm just going to say, bring these around to the rear. Let's make sure. What happened to my chariots? Oh no, they're running amok. They had like one arrow sent at them and now they're going crazy. Well, that's mildly annoying because we could have just charged them in, but that's just how chariots go. And the chariots obviously are now running into my men, just about clipping this unit on the end. Unfortunately, we don't fight back, but no, we've turned around. Yeah, chariots. Chariots attacking their axemen. A little bit of our lines, but mostly their axemen. It's absolutely a-okay. We've now got our guys in their rear. That's war dogs, Thomas. You're not supposed to be dealing with them. Actually, get yourself way out of the way of the war dogs. We do not want to be fighting them. So yeah, you guys move yourselves back. Cretians can deal with them a little bit, and it looks like, yeah, these guys are obviously now just charging. And our horse archers, of course they would. That makes absolutely no sense. But the general is routing. That's kind of what these guys are here for, just to make sure he doesn't get away. So at this point, where are we? We've got our guys in the trees here. They are hidden right next to these guys, which feels like they shouldn't be hidden anymore. But apparently, that still counts. So that's very nice indeed. Okay, you guys need to seriously get yourselves out of the way of that sodding chariot. But do be shooting the general if you can in any way. Right, you get on top of him. I think you're going to catch him. You certainly should. If you don't, then yeah, the summations will instead. As for the rest of this, I think we'll be fine over there. Let's not worry about this too much. You guys, come on! Oh, how are you not going to catch this general? It's absolutely ridiculous. We'll have to ignore these Scythian mercenaries, but the general is indeed, yeah, you see, he's realised he's running into us now. We might have just cut him off with this last unit here, but we are numpties, as we know. Come on, one of you cut him down. One of you, for Pete's sake, useless numpties. They are definitely agents of nonsense, aren't they? They definitely don't want to be here. They're more Scythian than they are Seleucid. I don't trust these fools. Right. Anyway, we'll just go and finish off whatever's left. There's not very much left at this point. General, get off your arse. Well, actually, stay on your arse, stay on the horse, but do go and run these guys down. Papos of Laodicea then with a pretty good victory, a fair amount of losses. Most of them, though, were just our horse archers. A few other guys just getting hit by missiles, as you would expect. Some pathetic charging down of the general who, yeah, our general managed to get plenty of kills at the end, but their guy managed to get away, darn it. Gradually, our preparations are coming together. We're just getting the odd fort here or there just to, yeah, just bolster up some of the anti-rebel nonsense in the region. We're just going to leave some random guys here or there. Generally speaking, actually, they're going to be chariots, but we're kind of preparing our war force at this point. So in this area, we're just going to have to put whatever. It just means we've got some units to deploy when we need them. So the odd fort here or there is hopefully going to, yeah, prevent this kind of massive nonsense appearing. Going to go deal with that. Maybe, just maybe, lads. Yeah, we'll go take our elephants and the cataphracts for a little run over here, sir. Yeah, that could be good fun. So we're going to go and do that. But yeah, you can see we're kind of gradually getting these in place here or there. The odd chariot, the odd javelin here as well. But yeah, basically we want to be getting more and more of our land secure as we get everyone into, yeah, more aggressive positions. So we're just going to start loading up the boats at this point. Spies coming out of Tarsus, as mentioned. Sidon's finishing its armory, which is very nice indeed. And Jerusalem's just going to get the archery range out, so that's nice. Antioch's getting closer and closer to 24,000. It's not there just yet, but we're 1 ton away from Silver Shield Pikemen being able to be recruited. That'll be nice. We'll finish these war elephants first. We need somewhere else, though, to get cataphracts, so Alexandria is on the elite cavalry stables. That is on its way, so they can take over the cataphract job over time. Pergamum's also one of the ones that's going to grow before too long, so we probably maybe just want to speed that up. Well, I do want to make sure the barracks is built there, actually. There's a bit of a problem because, yeah, the pikemen are going to use up a lot of our men, so we need to be careful about that. You're not too far off roads either, which means you can contribute quite helpfully. Now, this lad over here in Chersonesos, they are having a little poke at us, but we are gathering our forces over here as well. So, this force, yeah, this little force on the boat. I'm going to say grab some of our lovely, lovely units, and we're going to hop over there. That'll be fine. Now, you, sir, oh, you're pretty darn good, aren't you? I tell you what, we might swap around who is hanging around. You're a young lad. You need to go prove yourself. So we'll let that guy try and prove himself by holding this here city. We'll leave him some chariots because he's only just grown to large town. He says it's grown. It's already up this high. That's ridiculous. Okay, fine. This army is, it's slightly smaller than it needs to be. We can still have like one more of you. That's fine. You guys head over towards Tanay, and we're going to go and conquer that. There's already a spy over there, which is excellent news. And what you probably want to do, yeah, is get some more archers over here, just to make sure that we've got some extra reinforcements going in that direction. Yeah, so Sinope, get yourself 3 or 4 archers since that's your job. Massacre, similar but with the chariots. Make sure they're heading over to Sinope as well. And yeah, some of these towns just waiting to be upgraded at this point, which is sad, but it is just the way it goes. Salamis has just grown itself, which is excellent news. And other than that, yeah, we've got a little bit more map information now of the Romans and their little situation. Gallic diplomat, we already see their lands, obviously. But yeah, as far as we're aware, currently it's just this that has been taken, obviously Sicily as well. So the Romans aren't huge, but they are starting to expand, and we just need to be ready for it. I think we are going to be ready for it. We're organising our troops. We've got some more men arriving at Sardis. In fact, to be honest, lads, you should probably go over to you might go to Pergamum. No, Halicarnassus for now. Halicarnassus will be absolutely fine for you. We have plenty of men ready to kind of leap across the border. What we're doing is getting spies into Larissa, Thessalonica. We're trying not to annoy the Greek, not the Greek, we don't care about the Greeks or the Macedonians, but I don't want to annoy the Romans by having spies in their territory, you see. I unfortunately missed the plague here. I would have loved to have plagued all of the Roman lads. Can't actually see who is besieging them. It is indeed the Brutii. No, it's not. It's the Dacians, because I can see colours, me. Actually, I'm not colourblind, so that was a bit strange. I just anticipated them. So Dacia with them under siege. I don't think Dacia will win that, but you never know, do you? Otherwise, yeah, we're just kind of bringing things together. Over here in Cyrene, yeah, we've got this force. We've got a nice fleet ready to go. These forces and these forces, we have quite a lot ready to head over to Carthage, okay? We have 3 generals as well. This guy's coming back with some elephants too. So yeah, it's looking pretty darn good, all things considered. And at this stage, yeah, we just need to go punch some of these rebels on the nose, build a couple more forts to try and deal with them more efficiently. But overall, oh yeah, this is coming together beautifully. Well, it turns out Parthia do want to come for another go, and whilst I have got Militia Hoplite and a Sarmatian Mercenary to join us, yeah, actually, they have quite a bit, and we don't have much in terms of missiles here, and they have brought some horse archers. Hopefully they're not too clever with them. I am starting to get some archers lined up over there to come and block this up, but that might take a little bit of time yet, so okay, let's head on in. The race is on to get there in time, and apparently I told my pikemen to go the wrong way round. Get yourself into phalanx, thank you very much. And at the very least, these first hillmen are going to be in trouble. We're a little bit disorganised, but I think the massive spikes are going to do the job. Very nice indeed. Okay, get these javelins into position. We're going to be losing massive amounts to the arrows here. But as long as we are doing work with our javelins, I'm kind of okay with that, to be honest. So yeah, if you guys can get into position for the general as well. What are you doing? You should be over here, you fools. Don't get in the way of all of that stuff. Anyway, so yes, they're in an interesting position. I want these guys to not quite catch them. So I think that position's okay. Yes, you keep throwing at the general. He's got some javelins. If you can hit the horse archers, then do, but I don't think they can quite pull that off, unfortunately. They don't have that range, but the general's going to come in, and that could be what turns this for us. When we're to deal with the horse archers. Actually, I'm going to say, get yourselves across now. We're going to catch them if they flee that way. That'd be very nice indeed. The last one's fled the other direction, though, right through us, so that is good news. Okay, how are you guys doing? Are they in range? They are not. Bit of a shame. But it's okay. Throw into the general, who apparently still has plenty or more men than it looks. That is of interest. You get yourselves over there as well, because I quite like to make sure that we... No, that's not how you move over there. Thank you very much. They're a complete bunch of fools, aren't they? Okay, the rest of them are... I think they're stuck, because the general is moving one way, some of the others moving the other way. That's quite annoying for me, actually, yes. And apparently the general's gone down, but it hasn't told me. I think they had two, so yes, that is the secondary general, not the main general. But it looks like some of the hillmen now making their way across the river as a result of that. So they're gaining experience, which I don't like. We need to get these guys killed. They got such a nice shot on these lads, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. These guys are not hidden, but you know what? Sod it. It doesn't matter. We're just going to plough into their rear and hope that all goes well as a result. So, you lads are in a nice position here to plough them in the rear. Yes, that's magnificent. Are we going to get the route? Not sure. We cut her out, all right. At this point, we're going to try and actually cross this bridge a little bit because they are not coming. They're just kind of stuck back there. And I think it's almost better if we just walk in a big pikey formation across the bridge. It's not quite as deadly, but it should do something. Our guys have been immediately routed by these horse archers, but if nothing else, they're not shooting at us right now, so that is something. Let's see if they can do a better job this time. You'd like to think they could, but their morale is not going to be great, is it? Not really. You'd like to think that they'd win summation cav against horse archers, but no, not at all. Well done. Well, at least they've done some damage. These guys managed to... Wow, they got absolutely obliterated. Yeah, the militia cav got killed before they even managed to make contact. So that's a bit embarrassing. Not sure how this battle's going to go right now, actually, because... Yeah, I'm going to say you guys maybe just need to kind of pull back into like an auxiliary guard here, actually. And we're going to go back onto guard now. The general is starting to pile on in, and that means I think we need this last unit to just start moving forward as well. You, sir, I think you've taken a few hits from the horse archers, but it is what it is. Blow the horn of destiny, sir, just to make sure everyone gets the idea that we've got this. But these guys are getting more and more tired and more dead, which isn't ideal, to be honest with you. So, yes. These guys slowly walking in, start pushing forward, and hopefully we've got enough to take care of this general. If nothing else, it's going to come down to this guy. We can't take out the horse archers, but we can kill the rest, damn it. This is down to 44. This is way too close. This is what happens when you don't have missiles at a bridge, damn it. You can have all the pikes you want. If they've got missiles to take you out, then they're in big trouble. Now the general though has really pushed through now. He's really disrupted my pikeman formation. I think they're mostly on this on the side of the bridge. So that is of interest. I'm going to say time for the charge of our general. Do blow that horn again. I'm just going to say there we go. And I think he just made the decisive poke there. Well done. The extra bit of pressure I think has done it. And with that I don't think that they can do very much here. I'm going to say grab my general and the unit that's actually fit in fighting right now. The rest of them can stand here, and I don't think there's anything that these guys can do at this stage. Annoyingly, we actually have a route right at this point, which is silly because the mercenary hoplites. We actually do need your long pikes for them. Actually, that'd be quite ideal, wouldn't it? But no, they decided to run away at that exact moment. Although if these guys could just start poking them from the flank, it would be probably for the best, but I think it would be okay. It's only really the horse archers, and I think they're out of missiles. Yeah, Steve's out of missiles for the time being, so you darn coward. Okay, let's get this last unit forward then. It is time for the horse archers to plough in. Okay, well, we really have an interesting one in store for us now. Everyone's just going to presumably have a field day at this stage. You'd send out to think so. So they're out of arrows. I suspect the ones at the rear might still have some, actually, because, yeah, some of them are shooting in now. Scythian mercenaries. They still have missiles, because I think they're the ones who tried to mop up some of our militia cav. We've now lost the pikemen. This... Oh, it's a delicious pile of, yeah, pink pyjamas everywhere. And wow, that was dramatic. General, get after those Scythian mercenaries. All of you lads, get yourselves out of there. You've done your work. Well done to you all. It's time for the general. Just go plowing down. Yeah, they know what's up now. They know that their doom is here, and I think they're just withdrawing, but we're going to charge him down anyway. Sod you fool. Go away back to the north, which we're about to take from them. Anyway, so, good old Parmenion of Gindarus. Well, you did what you needed to, but we need to get some archers here, post-haste. On the whole, things are starting to come together. Campus Alanni up here. Ooh, the gate's open. How much is in this city here? Family member, a couple units. You know what? We could actually go and do that. Yeah, why not? Let's head on in there in a moment. We also have Tanay over here to take care of. This one's also got the gate open, although we have actually got quite a few people sorted out there. So yes, we'll get to that one in a moment. Let's start with this one. This one has no... Yes, has no rams, but it does at the very least have some elephants and open gates. So let's see what this one looks like. The Ultra Resolve is quite happy, but I think we'll head in and smash them up. Unfortunately, the horse archers have kind of created a bit of a problem here because they're plugging up the entrance. So the chariots can't really do anything. They're just kind of stuck wangling around. So I'm trying to get them to pull out. So that's actually pulled them out of the city, which means they're now attacking my infantry instead. We're going to lose way too many in this battle, aren't we? Anyway, all is fine. They're now routing, which means this is now open. You head through there. Thank you very much. And you get yourselves into that position. That'd be good. Mr. Elephant, are you getting on with your job? You are. You'll take a little while. That is A-OK. And I think, yeah, they're already having some second thoughts, I think, aren't they? Issue the chariots are having is that they've run it in a little bit one by one, which isn't really working for them. They have mostly shredded this general, and by mostly shredded I mean we've been torn apart as well. There actually are some pink pajama men doing a fairly good job on this occasion, and let it be known. They've actually done something here today. I think they're still going to have an issue in a moment, but it's all fine and dandy. Anyway, we are getting our other cavalry moving forward now because there's no point of them standing around there this whole time. That wall is one day going to actually be sorted out, but it's fine. Are they on skirmish? Get yourself on skirmish, lads. No need for you to all die. But they're immediately going to get themselves caught anyway. Of course they are. So yes, we should just get these guys to maybe just get off skirmish and just pile in, lads. You'll probably be fine. These guys are running amok, of course. They're going to run amok immediately out of the city. Is that what they're going to do? Straight through our infantry. Now, you could go any direction, but you're going this one. What a bunch of twozziks. And, okay, fine. Those infantry are doomed. Anyone left fighting over here is about to be shredded by those chariots. Absolutely marvellous. These guys, well done elephants. I don't know why a second one turned up. Apparently they were taking too long. This is going to be a stupid battle, isn't it? We're going to lose massive amounts here for no good reason, and I can't even tell my cavalry what to do because, yeah, trying to sort out blooming cities is a nightmare. The Pathfinding is not happy about it. So yeah, we'll get on top of these guys who are at the very least now a bit more surrounded, but they're steady. Like, why are they fighting so well? They've managed to break all of these guys. You really just had to throw some javelins, but they never bothered. So we've now got... These guys are mainly fighting our own men, which is great. We've got these guys who never threw any javelins and are now running away, which is also great. These lads who never really got in position in the first place, which is not ideal either. And the general who's finally going to turn up in a moment with the elephants, who quite frankly is probably what we should have done in the first place. So we'll see how that goes. Sounds like the camels and the infantry are taking on the general, and he is indeed routing. Very nice. Down he goes. Taken out like the scum he is. So send in the Sarmatians to die, as well as the elephants. Pink pajamas can go for a lovely bit of bedtime play. Yes, it's time for a pillow fight. Meet the elephants, baby. Oh, this makes me feel so happy. Okay, especially after what has been a very, very stupid battle. These elephants will probably start running amok now, to be honest. So we should probably just get them out of there, actually. But, okay, if we've got some javelins, you want to do some javelining, that would be lovely too. So get these spearmen to, yeah, gradually walk towards the enemy because these are the ones who actually bothered to not get run over by scythe chariots. Okay, these guys, it's not really their fault, is it? No. You can see the skirmish mode just doing utter nonsense here. I don't know what they're trying to achieve. Guys, just do something. Stop being utter fools. Alright, so yeah, they're wavering, which is what you'd expect. Get the charge on, lads, get the charge on. And these guys will get immediately eviscerated. You like to... Alright, they would if we actually charged, but apparently pathfinding is really having a difficult day today. So yeah, charging for the pathfinding of doom. There we are, that was pathfinding of doom for sure. Nothing happened. Elephant, get back in here, baby. There we are. We'll just take the solid victory. Right, sir. You're going to go and live in the darn exiled corner of the map because that was a joke. And of course, this technically should have been the easier of the two battles, so not really sure what I'm expecting to happen next, but hey-ho. We will, though, get a couple spears. That's not enough to make it happy. Okay, that's enough to make it happy. So yes, okay. And virtually none of those militia cavalry managed to survive, which is impressive. So well done, sir. You have failed us miserably. We will, though, put a watchtower here, just so we have a vague idea of what's going on. We will actually send our spy off in this direction. We'll find out what's going on in that there corner. Not sure if they've got more men to send now that I actually have some archers over here in Cotes. Two of them arrived. We've got more on the boats here, but I don't think we'll ever need them now. It's just sod's law, really, the way it goes. So you, sir, just get yourselves onto that. As I say, this should be the that should have been the easier one in some ways, but I guess when you can't actually make enough entrances, that's what always happens. So we've got the mad lad over here with some there's some dogs for Pete's sake, and we've got some reinforcements. Who where's the battle? Over here, yes, just some cav that we need to intercept as we head on in. Let's get going. In we go to battle then, and we immediately have the Cretians shooting down at their general. Isn't that just marvellous news indeed? Guys, just get yourself a bit closer so you can continue to fire at them. That'd be marvellous. Probably should do something about this, by the way, because yes, we are trying to meet these guys as they arrive. Get yourselves off skirmish. No need to worry about any of that. But I would like, yeah, you guys to immediately plough on in. There we go. Yeah. Barbarian cav, they're in trouble. Yeah, absolutely fine. So I'm going to say these guys are probably okay just to wander back towards the city. General shall shred them apart. Lovely stuff. And they are pretty much already gone. We'll try and mop them up, lads, actually. It's probably a pretty good idea. We don't have to deal with them later then, do we? So yes, they have been eviscerated immediately. Much better start than last time. As for the gateways, then we have the archers over here to deal with. And I think, to be honest, we'll just send... yeah, some of these guys thundering in. General, you can come join them as well. We'll leave the chariots way out of the way, by the way. Let's just make sure nothing stupid happens with them. If we can get a shot away, please do. And we are just going to run some lads into the city. You lads, to be honest, I don't know that we need to bother because they're not actually going to bother doing anything about us here today by the looks of it. So I guess we can dump those things, get our men sorted, head to the plaza, and yes, over on this side... they're doing that sort of stupid thing where they kind of run in terribly, stupidly. But you know what? I think they can work it out this time. Let's see, the militia hoplites aren't complete numpties on this occasion. Come on, keep ploughing through, If I tell them to run over here, are they going to figure out a way to do it? Maybe they will. There we are. We're now broken through, so we might have a bit of a wedge situation. Now get the surrounding and kill them, I think. That should do the job on this side. I'd like to think so. We are wandering through gates here, even though they... I like it when they glitch through the gates. Absolutely marvellous. It's actually done a good job of standing and fighting, but I don't think it's going to matter too much because, yeah, we've got ourselves into the city pretty darn effectively here. So we can get everyone back onto phalanx and assuming these guys... there we go. Yeah, assuming these guys fall. This should be a simple enough stroll to the plaza now. At this point, I think there's a little bit of teasing going on over there. Yes, indeed, it looks like they're going to come forward. This might just be, yeah, Barbarian Warlord. Okay, they are going to come on in, so we might as well just plough into them, lads. Maybe we'll just get these horses just to run out of the way. You don't need to get too involved. We get the general involved, damn it. Plenty of javelins if you can as well, lads. See if you can get on top. There are some dogs, which isn't ideal, but we'll see what we can do. General's probably in a safe-ish place on that left flank. But who knows, eh? Who knows? It would have been better to tease him the other way. But you know what? It's fine. If this is the battle we've got, this is the battle we've got, damn it. And the militia cavalry, once again, this isn't really their sort of thing, but they're not the best unit. They're nice and versatile, but yeah, protracted battle is not going to work well for them. Enemy general has fallen. Good, that's both of them now. And with that, we should just be able to, like, yeah, shoot down the last few guys. And at this point, it looks like the battle is going to swing over to the other side of the arena, and the horses are charging down the hill, but straight into pikemen, which, as you imagine, isn't going to go very well for them. So the Cretians can make their focus be on these archers because they have the superior range. They can still hit them up the hill. And yeah, we just got these guys plugging the gaps because I couldn't bother to set it up properly. Job is done there. That is lovely, lovely stuff. Down he goes, and we can pretty much stroll in from here. Hilariously, the war dogs have caused all sorts of chaos because my general's now... Well, the actual general guy's back here. The rest of the unit is over there. He seems to have single-handedly decided to take the plaza for himself. And you know what? I'm absolutely fine with that. Just make sure you don't die. Well, try not to die. I mean, he's got a lot of experience on him, both of them too, to be fair. This guy's just taking out those archers now, and I think we're pretty much on top of it. Yeah. There's victory. We'll end it there. That was a much, much better victory. Still a few losses, but you know what? Sod the cav. With that then, we have the settlement. It doesn't look too happy, so we will choose to enslave. We still do need to grow some cities. Alexandria, okay, baby. Actually, having got the dockyard shows how much I'm actually thinking about trying to get some kind of, yeah, things like the cavalry here. I was actually trying to send these population to other people, but if the cataphracts are ready to be built, then we will be building that, damn it. Okay, Alexandria's just about happy enough for the time being, so yeah, we'll just send a couple extra men, but yeah, Royal Palace, very nice indeed. We still haven't seen the marrying reforms, and to be fair, if I'm only getting the Royal Palace now in Alexandria, albeit I probably burnt it down a while ago, yes, well, I think we're doing okay. So, they probably won't have it in Rome, is my point anyway, if we only just get it in Alexandria. Right, I do have Broccoli over here. He is largely ready to get going at this stage. Now, we're not going to head over just yet. We're just making our last preparations. You're just going to be disbanded. Just some extra population. I'm mostly hiring every mercenary and disbanding them at this point. So close. Oh, can we do anything else to get this over the line? Yes, we can. I'm just going to disband those militia cav. Great, we've now got that done. We can grow Cyrene as well. And obviously we do also have Alexander the Conqueror over here, which is a hell of a title to have chosen, sir. He's our faction heir, but he's pretty darn good. Can't argue with that. So yeah, we got 2 full stacks here. Only 1 elephant in these 2 armies. We're going to pick up more when we arrive over against these lads. But for the time being, yeah, we can have a little nosy. But they've got a few stacks there. I did see about 3 stacks of Carthaginians actually over in that part of the world. So it's not a complete disaster yet, although this is starting to fall apart. And Thrace are now attacking Thessalonica. We don't need Dacia and Thrace to be taking these guys on right now. We need them to deal with the Brutii, damn it. They're all busy punching each other on the nose, which I guess is exactly what the Diadochi is really. But unlike in that version, we have smashed the Ptolemies, and we are ready to get going just about. These armies are, yeah, in position. They need a bit of organising over in this part of the world. But yeah, we are getting closer and closer now at this stage. And we are starting to get a few more eyes around as well. Thrace, as I say, got a couple decent armies around. We've got to have a better scouting, though, of Scythia, because we need to go finish them off. I'm mildly confused that we're actually still at war with Greece, unless this is a new declaration. Fine, they picked the wrong boat there, because they are... It was their last hurrah. Oh, they knew their days were numbered over here in Sparta. That's bad news, by the way. They decided their final act would be to take me on one last time for some petty attempt. Hellenic courage in battle has played its part in laying low these people. rivals who need trouble us no more. They've not really bothered us for a fair while, to be honest. Cadonia's grown. That's pretty darn nice, actually. We're going to need it, though. Thrace and Macedon have redeclared war, which is not helpful. And as you may have noticed, yes, the Brutii are looking fairly strong now. That is definitely true. Now, Jerusalem is where we're going to get catapults and archers and all that kind of thing. So you can build that and then you can build that. Same going on over in Memphis, which is very unhappy all of a sudden. Okay, well, you can go and do that as well, but they're also going to get building their catapult range. Very nice. Do want some of that ready for us whenever this war starts, and it will be very, very soon, you'd think, because okay, now we've got who's besieging this? The Brutii are, but the Thracians have shown up. So fascinating, very, very fascinating indeed. Okay. Well, have you got more troops on? You haven't, but that is of interest to me. So we've got our boat there. I actually have a spy on the boat, so we have an idea of what's going on in this part of the world. I'd very much like to do as much scout of these guys as possible. So if these guys can make another step, yeah, lovely. Then you can hang around there. That's your job. We might do more of that over here. So, okay. We are very, very well set up, I would say. As I say, a couple of things just need a little bit of jigging here or there when the moment comes. But we are now... the money's not quite as high as it was because we just got piles and piles of chariots lined up now because we are kind of getting to crunch mode. Got a couple huge cities coming in. Antioch is, getting some real units built here. I am enjoying this. And we are only a few turns away. I would say, the 4 turns is probably enough. I'm actually sending some peasants over here to get this to grow. So that's another 1,000 there. So that would probably help. We're on 0% growth now, so I'm going to hold these off until the moment comes. And we'll do them all together. At that point, then it should be a lot easier for us to get Antioch over the line and get the new infrastructure built. So... time for us to just start really turning the screw here. Civi's looking pretty weak, so we're just grabbing forces in this part of the world. The elephants will be arriving soon enough. So you guys just join up for the time being, and we just send more and more agents. Excellent stuff. Let's make sure we know what's going on in this part of the world. But they are ready to fall. Unfortunately, they do have some reinforcements coming in this direction, so we'll have to go and deal with them. These guys are not quite in range. How are you doing? It says full stack, but you look pretty battered, so you're probably not going to do too hot. No mercenaries available, so actually, to be honest, we might just want to have a little think. Just a little think about what units we want to send over there to help, because we possibly do want to send a relief force. To be fair, actually, we've got a boat here where we just gathered the army from Cotace, so you know what, you can go and do that job. You can relieve them, and then we can finish that job. And as for you, build me a new watchtower. Not so necessary now that we've actually got the next territory. You know what, there's more watchtowers to build, so go and do them. We will, though, go and finish off Persia, because the Parthians need to be destroyed. Only bit 1 ram, apparently, but it'll be fine. Probably. Let's finish them. And it's fair to say that the general will immediately be falling into our trap here in the streets. It's a big pile of levy pikemen and some militia hoplites on the corner, and to be honest, I don't think he's going to be doing too hot from all of this. So yes, I think this will be a fairly efficient one. There is a big chunky faction leader, of course, so he could do a fair bit of damage, but we can always send some camels in the rear. Let's send some camels in the rear. That will hope by the rear. There we go. I like to say the camels did the job. They basically did what they're here for, which is, yes, to cause that little break, even if they didn't go around the side. Victory and glory should be pretty much assured now. And let's be honest, the big pajamas really have no chance on this here occasion. They'll do a bit of damage poking through the hoplites, but we'll just let them end their miserable lives the way it's supposed to happen, to be honest, because it is the last of the faction. So we'll just let them run back and forth to their death. Well done, lads. You fought. Well, you fought anyway. So there we are, clear victory for us. Archilochus Philorameos has victory. And then at last we can put an end to that menace. We might have waited a bit longer, but on this occasion, yeah, we'll happily take that scenario. Probably should have just burnt everyone down here, but they'll probably chill out in a turn or two. And this army doesn't really have anywhere it can go right now. It's kind of just stuck in the corner. So officially, faction destroyed. Parthia are gone. Simple enough. Stroll into Campus Civi then means that we are leaving the Scythians with just the one settlement. I had toyed with the idea actually of just going to exterminate. Or should I? No, we're going to enslave because I'm going to keep people keep the army here for the time being. So I think that'll be a-okay. So yes, I was toying with the idea of keeping this settlement here as a Scythian sort of border state, to be honest, just to kind of kind of be a buffer zone between particularly Thrace, but also with the Dacians. But I just realised, like, basically we're about to take this anyway. We're going to be bordered with Dacia, so you know what? Sod it. If we've already got the border with Dacia, we might as well have this one, because at least this one we can easily block the river with the Thracians. And if Dacia want to be difficult, then, you know, so be it. We'll go and punch them on the nose. It'll be fine. But we've got plenty of men over here, so we'll just get them retrained. But Scythia, unfortunately for them, are going to be ended. So they haven't really got much of a chance here. Just this lad. I will, though, give him the honour of not auto-resolving this one. Let's head in and let's just shoot him down. Archers, do your filthy business, will ya? So in we go. He's going to get... Where are you going, sirs? You're about to get absolutely demolished. Yeah, you're in trouble now, lads. You probably would have been safe. Why aren't you in phalanx? That might have been the one who was previously pushing the ramp. No, that was this guy. I don't know why he was at a phalanx. Either way, they are getting melted. Good work, sir. No. You don't get to flee. Pathetic. This is how the Scythians go down, running like cowards. Down he will go. You deserve that. And with that, we can shoot down the last of the cowards. It's a sorry end for a faction which is really didn't need to have a war, but unfortunately they lost Thraspar. They didn't lose Thraspar even, so we had to go and finish them off. Nice job. And with that, Carpus the Conqueror will take Salmatai, and I will just exterminate this because I don't think we're going to be needing too much in terms of building here. I will though just build a wall just in case we have to deal with something, and then an archery range just to make sure that this place is locked down. Although probably we'll just go and stand on the rivers, but we'll see about that. And that obviously just leaves this bloke who needs to be put down. That's kind of just some of the leftovers, I suppose. So you, sir, go and auto-resolve that. Very nice indeed. So we can actually build watchtowers here because for some reason in the region to the south it's not been letting me. Yeah, you can see he hasn't got the option available, which is quite irritating, it should be said. So I guess it's just going to be spies ahoy in this part of the world. It is annoyingly just what it is. And I will also here, actually no, less important here, get the roads. Let's get some good connections, and I think we'll do that here as well. But yeah, for the time being, we'll just get the roads to start us off with. That officially then is the end of Scythia, and with that should be the kind of end of this part of our expansions. We might go grab Hyperborea in a live stream, or we'll figure out an army for that at some point. But we will see. Maybe we'll send some elephants. These guys feel a little bit too strong for it already. But yes, we're basically just going to go squat on the bridge here to go and deal with Scythia, because or to deal with the Thracians, because they're going to be quite annoying on the border there. I imagine they're just going to join a pointless war with us very soon. You just know it's going to come. So on that note, I'm going to send some more boats over here so they're not quite as stupid as to blockade it. We have actually organised ourselves in this part of the world now. So we will also just keep on hiring up whatever we can find, because it's a very good region just to have a general hanging around. We have a second force here, and we're just leaving the Cretians, because the Cretians, yeah, they're going to join up with some of the elite forces who I probably will start sending off next turn. We've got 4 there. We've got a 5th pikeman coming. So the rest of it, yeah, we've got a couple nice elephants here. Yeah, 3 elephant units, very nice. But more importantly, the peasants are ready. So, lads, you now live in Antioch, and with that, yes, despite the population growth having been massively under, we can now get the royal palace. You might as well build the temple to Hephaestus first, of course, but that does mean we're now ready to get that up to the top tier, and with that, yeah, we can get ourselves into what we really need. So the royal back silver shield legionnaires. Now, unlike the Armenian and the Numidian variants of the legionnaires, those guys are basically Principe. These are not. These are actually better. These are pretty darn decent units, all things considered. And it would be quite nice to have them moving forward. So, yeah, we're looking at that. Over in Alexandria, we are now building the Royal Cavalry Stables, which will give us some companion cavalry. Oh, yes. We're starting to get all the toys into play. And the thing is, I want the toys for the Roman issue when we take them on in the next live stream. But, yeah, we are just trying to make sure we got everything set up here. Over in Damascus, we've kind of got a similar thing going on, because Damascus does also have elephants. So we're going to want to make sure that, yeah, I think I said slightly too many to Antioch, actually. I miscounted us an extra 1,000, but it is what it is. Damascus also can get elephants. And currently we're just building the cavalry stables, but we're getting closer and closer to, as soon as we grow, for the elite cavalry stables. See that my money is starting to get a bit tighter, partly because I've lined up buildings in a lot of towns, but also because, yes, the troops are starting to add up, and we're going to need some conquests. Now, the thing is, you may notice the Brutii have now taken Thessalonica, and they'll be moving further northward very soon. Currently, slightly distracted by the fact that, yeah, everyone's here. I think Thrace are currently besieging it, yes, indeed. But the Brutii are working towards it. So, the only thing is, this is pretty well unguarded. So, if we organise ourselves quickly, I mean, we could get going. Now, I think we should wait like 5 turns or so just to get this army ready to land. It doesn't have to be the first force. I mean, we have a number of options. These guys over here, I'm waiting for their moment. As soon as they're done with this, I'm interested. They're going to head towards Lepsis Magna and waste a few turns wondering if they're going to head west. So I'm going to wait till we just see what the Scipii do here. But I have some spies heading over towards their territories. I'm going to keep a very close eye on them, pick our moment, and yes, make sure the Romans can be dealt with. But we have ourselves, yeah, the infrastructure largely in place now. But this is probably a good place to leave it before the live stream. As I say, first or second weekend in December for the next part of this, back as a live stream. Okay, this is a one-off just to kind of fill the gap here to deal with some other business. Technically, by the way, we are on 37 regions, so we're actually not far off the ultimate victory, imperial victory. But for now, I will be leaving you because we've basically mopped up our whole east side of the map here, to be honest. So that means that we can now hopefully just manage the border here and over here. Very nice. But that means that we can pick a moment. Scipii, give them a few turns. They might have wandered off from Carthage. Those boats can arrive. And as for the Brutii, they're already looking a bit weak down here. We'll let them do a Bilazora, think about Byzantium, and then we'll take that moment to pounce on them. It's going to be glorious. The royal palace in Antioch is underway, well, about to be underway, and that means more and more options. More options in Damascus for elephants. Oh yeah, this is all coming together. But for now, I will leave you, and I will join you for those live streams in the first few weekends of December. Thank you very much, and tally-ho. My noble ally has joined the war! Praise be. Look, we're doing it! We're doing it by ourselves! I'm so proud of us. Wait a minute. You get to call me to a war. That's just not how this works. We are gonna become Scotsmen. We'll rip off your head and spit down your neck.